What's up guys? The entire A4 set just leaked and I'm about to review all the cards. So let's get into it. So let's just magnify this right here. 2, 3, 4. Start with Meryl. It's pretty standard, nothing crazy. It's good to see it. Obviously I love Gen 2. A lot of people love Gen 2. Azumarill, 110 HP, ability Thick Fat. This Pokemon takes negative 30 damage for attacks from fire or water Pokemon. Kind of interesting how it's type dependent. This card's definitely not that good. It's good to see Azumarill in the set though. 60 HP, 20, let's see its evolved version. Should there be an evolved version? No? Sola, Find a Friend, that's always a good ability. 80 HP is pretty good. Quillfish, Poison Sting. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. We'll get into it, but Poison definitely has a giant buff this season. We'll see. It has probably the best card in the set. Quagsire, 130 HP. Surf, 80 for 3. This one's not too good either. Lantern EX, let's see, 150 HP. Flashing Signal, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. If tails, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Oh, it's not bad. No matter what, you kind of get something, right? For 80 damage though, 3, ooh. This is definitely something that you're gonna need the Pichu, the baby Pokemon, to help it get more energy. For now, I don't think this card is that good just because it's 3 energy. If this was 2 energy, then I would be talking. Yeah, 80 damage is not that much, but its effect is pretty good. Corphish, Vice Crypt 30, Suicune. I'm surprised we didn't get the EX cards. I feel like the next mini set might end up getting it. During your opponent's next turn, attacks used by the defending Pokemon do 20 less damage. Yeah, definitely not that good. 3 energy is also a lot. Mantine, flip a coin. If heads, during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage from and all effects of attacks done to this Pokemon. 4 energy? Oh, that's a lot. I'll show it. It'll be at the end, but there is a card actually called Will. And will be allowing you to get heads on your next coin flip. So that's why there's gonna be a bunch of coin flip cards now. But yeah, no, 4 energy is way too much. You're never gonna get that set up in time. Delibird, I wonder why it's water. That's interesting. Draw a card. Octillery, Octazooka. If the defending Pokemon tries to use an attack, your opponent flips a coin. If tails, that attack doesn't happen. This effect lasts until the defending Pokemon leaves the active spot. It's alright. I don't like that it's a stage 1. Might be a fun YouTube deck. If anyone uses an attack, your opponent flips a coin. Yeah, it's not that great. It's not that great. The fact that your opponent has to do the coin flip, not that great. Oopa. Chinchou. Swanna. Move all energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. Not too bad. Obviously it won't be meta, but it's kind of like, what's it, Passimian? But except it's not EX. There's the first version, Crawdont. Unruly Claw. Once during your turn, when you play this Pokemon from your hand, to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may discard a random energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. That's not that bad. I don't think it's amazing, but that's a very interesting ability. That's kind of cool. Honestly, Energy Disruption is going to be really, really good. But yeah, I don't know if you'd be able to use this in time where it would be effective. Ooh, another baby Pokemon. This attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. I think Pichu's better. So this is pretty much Pheromosa, right? At least you get to attack if you get first turn. I don't think this is as good as the other baby Pokemon, unfortunately. Ampharos, flip a coin. If heads, this attack does 40 more damage. If tails, this Pokemon also does 20 damage to itself. Stage 2. Probably not worth it to use your rare candy on this. 150 HP is pretty good though. Pretty bulky. There's just better options out there, right? Raikou, 2 energy. This Pokemon also does 20 damage to itself. Oof. This would be good with Pichu, with the baby Pokemon. You'd be able to attack really quickly, and this could get an early KO. So I think that's the only reason this could be meta. I wouldn't mind trying this out though. I would not mind trying this out. 70 damage. Yeah, you can get an early KO for sure. Molga, Raging Thunder 40. This attack does 10 damage to one of your bench Pokemon. Slowpoke. This Pokemon is now asleep. Heal 30 damage for it. Slowking. This attack does 30 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Okay. I need to look at the other cards that do the same thing and see if this is the best one. I think this has the most HP though out of them. 110? I think most of them are like 90 or 100, so this could be the new meta for trying to take down someone that eats up a lot of energy like Darkrai and Giratina. Smoochum. This attack does 20 damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Ooh, I don't think this is worth it. There's better options than like the 30 HP. Because the whole point of these baby Pokemon is to do something quick right at the beginning, but this seems to be something that's more late game. Yeah, no, I think there's better Pokemon that do the same thing, right? This is what is probably the best baby Pokemon. This and Cleffa. So you take a lightning energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your bench basic Pokemon. So if you do get this on first turn, like it could be pretty good, especially with things like Zeraora and that Raikou. So if there's any baby Pokemon that might be meta, it could be the Pichu. I'm still like a little weird about the baby Pokemon. I don't know if it'll be good just because it's just a free point, right? But if there was one, if there was a really good baby Pokemon, it'd probably be the Pichu. Mareep, nothing special. Togekiss, Celestial Blessing. If any damage is done to this Pokemon by attack, flip a coin. If heads, prevents that damage. 140 HP. Magical Shot. I wonder if this... Oh, but you won't be able to use the coin flip plus use the... Who is it? Whatever that support card does that adds extra attack to the Togekiss. I don't know if you can't be able to pair it with Will to guarantee you getting that attack, but this could save you a turn if you use that Will card to make sure you get the heads. I don't know if this is better. We'll see. Togetic, during your opponent's next turn, attacks used by a specific Pokemon do -20. Is better than the first Togepi. That's good. And here's the Cleffa, Twinkly Call. Put a random Pokemon from your deck into your hand. Yeah, this will be pretty good. I don't know if it's worth it to give up the extra point, but draw is always really good. And to be able to find some Pokemon would be pretty good. Jinx. Flip a coin so much coin flip. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is paralyzed. It's alright. Well, the unknowns are this will be pretty cool. So, the unknown. The ability works if you have any unknown in play with an ability other than power. Attacks used by your Pokemon do +10 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So, this is pretty much a free Giovanni, right? And the other one is a free blue. So this one is -10. I don't know, do they have to be in the active spot other than guard all your Pokemon or from attacks from your Pokeball? No, these do not have to be in the active spot. So, these can be pretty cool. Having them on your bench, you get a free blue and a free Giovanni happening every single time. We'll see if this could actually jump into the meta. It could, especially with Crobat, which we'll show later. Yeah, this would be a fun deck to use with the unknowns, you know? We'll see if this could actually, with 20 deck space, it's so hard to like put cards like these in there, but it's pretty good util, you know? Giraffic, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Not that good. Snubble. Granbull, this Pokemon also does 20 damage to itself. 3 energy for 100. We'll take a pass on that. A lot of people are talking about this one, so Xatu. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon remaining HP is now 10. So this seems pretty good. A lot of people are talking about this one, especially with the Will card that we will show. But we keep bringing it up, but yeah, Will guarantees you to flip a heads on your turn. So that pretty much guarantees you to get someone down to 10 HP. And obviously if you get them poisoned or you have a Greninja, that is an insta-kill. So I'm really curious to see if in actuality, if this is gonna work really well. On paper, it seems really good. So we'll see. That's definitely gonna be a card to look out for. Espeon EX, this one made me really sad. Ability, once during your turn, if the Pokemon is in the active spot, you may heal 30 damage from one of your Pokemon. This is terrible. It's not gonna see any play. It is so sad that Umbreon EX is so much better than this. Wobbuffet, if this Pokemon was damaged by an attack during your opponent's last turn while it was in the active spot, this attack does 50 more damage. This is alright, it's not bad. Only 2 energy and it could do up to 80. Kind of a revenge card. Gliscor, nothing special. Sudowoodo EX is gonna be the old Sudowoodo, not EX, sorry, the old Sudowoodo is gonna be interesting. Onyx, 3 energy for 50. With Brock, did Brock add 2 energy? This could be okay, right? If Brock does 2, is that what Brock originally did? I'd have to fact check that. But this is definitely better than the original Onyx. The original Onyx was terrible. Musharna, both active Pokemon are now asleep. Alright, let's go on to the next. 2, 3, 4. Alright, we already checked these ones out, right? Alright, Tyrogue, Slappy Knuckle, another basic. 20 damage. Yeah, nah, the other babies are better, right? Surely the other babies are better. That's not gonna see any play. Or, let's see. It could do damage to the normal types or anything weak to fighting, and it would do 40. That plus a Giovanni could get an early KO. No, it wouldn't. Well, some Pokemon have 50 health, right? Or this would be a baby killer, right? If someone has a baby out and you kill their baby with 20. A lot of people have been saying Donphan EX is good. Let's see. If this Pokemon has at least 2 extra energy, which shouldn't be too hard, this attack does 60 more damage. So it does 110 for 3. It's okay. I don't see why people were saying that it's like, it might be meta. Am I missing something? Maybe there's a support card later on that helps it generate energy, but for now it's like, it's alright. Hitmontop, this attack does 20 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So it's like Hitmonlee but worse, right? Doesn't Hitmonlee do 30? Or am I wrong? Larvitar, Pupitar, Guard Press does 30 less. Put 2 coins, attack does 30 damage. Yeah, these cards are like whatever right now, what we're seeing. 3 energy for 70, yeah, that's pretty bad. 3 energy for 7. There must be some type of fighting type generator, right? Because why are all these... This attack also does 20 damage to each of your bench Pokemon. 4 energy is a lot, man. But 160 is pretty good and it does damage to the bench. This could be a fun card to use, but yeah, 4 energy is a lot. There must be some type of support card that helps generate this, right? There's the Fanfy into the Donphan. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. That's not gonna really... Here, okay, so Crobat EX. This is my prediction for best card so far in the set. So for 1 energy, it does 70, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. So, with the deck building, it's gonna be tough. You won't be able to include the Jellyfish, Darkrai, and Sylveon all in this deck. It'd be taking up too much spots. So we'll see what's the best play, whether you want to get the draw out quick or if you want to get the damage out. Right now, I think you might have to pass on getting the Sylveon. I think it's more important to get the damage out and just hope that you get the Crobat EX. But yeah, we'll see. But I think this is definitely the card that I'm going to spend my hourglasses on to try to get. Yeah, I think this is going to be the strongest right into ranked. So I'm definitely going to be using the Crobat EX. And the Zubat line in general is just better. This already gets them poison in case you don't jump straight into the Crobat. Even the Zubat gets poisoned in really quick. So I think the Jellyfish is going to be the most important card to have, just so you could already like be pumping out damage. And the Darkrai. So all these have 1 energy. So that's why I think pairing with the Darkrai is so important. So maybe you do not need the Sylveon to accelerate your draw. Sneasel, these are okay. Clink, Houndour, Houndoom, 3 energy, discard a random card from your opponent's hand. It's okay, it's kind of funny. Tyranitar, once during your turn, you may move all dark energy from each of your Pokemon to this Pokemon. As a finisher, I guess. It's not bad. I don't know if it's really good though. Absol, leap over. This attack does 30 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Yeah, it's pretty good. It is pretty good actually. It's like a kind of like a Pheromosa, except you don't do any damage to the active. Sniping for 30. So it's like him only except dark, right? So Umbreon EX is a card that was leaked and we've been talking about a lot. We think it's pretty good. So the ability, once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon that has damage on it to the active spot. So it's pretty much unlimited Cyrus. We already know how broken Cyrus is. The only downside to this card is that it's a little squishy. It's only 140. It's weak to grass, so it's going to get one-shot by Buzzwole, and it's 2 retreat. But having unlimited Cyrus, now clearing up space in your deck, not having to use Cyrus, that's why this can be pretty good. Now with Crobat EX, I don't know if Umbreon's the best card in it, but maybe you could pair the Crobat with the Umbreon, just because with Crobat, they're obviously going to be retreating a lot to get rid of the poison, and they'll be taking so much chip, and Umbreon would just bring it back as a finisher. So yeah, I could see those two paired well together. Murkrow, Astonish, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent reveals a random card from their hand and shuffles it into their deck. Not bad. Mawil's back. Ooh, Skarmory EX, Steel Wing. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 20 less damage. 70 damage, 2 energy, 140 HP. It seems okay. There is other cards later on that that show that help Steel, so maybe this will be better once I look at the details of the trainer cards and support cards that help Steel. I wish there was Caesar EX. Gale Thrust. If this Pokemon's moved from your bench to your active spot, this attack does 50 more damage. It's okay. It could work, it could work. Steelix, 110 for 4 energy. If you use Brock on the Onix, because this is 3 colorless energy and only 1 steel energy, but then you'd have to run dual. Or no, you don't have to run dual if the Brock puts rock energy. This could be all right. I don't know if it's not crazy OP or anything, but I wouldn't mind trying it. Chansey, flip a coin, so much coin. If heads during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks. Nah, I think there's better walls. I think Snorlax is still better, probably. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a grass Pokemon, this attack does 40 more damage. That's very specific. I don't think that's gonna be very good. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon's Gear Spinner attack does 70. That's not bad. 140 damage. 3 energy though is kind of shit. 150 HP though. I don't know. Nah, I don't think that would be too good. Porygon Z. During your opponent's next turn, attacks used by the defending Pokemon cost 1 energy more. Isn't the dog better? The dog's better, right? Because it is also stage 2. It's not terrible though. Let's see, this attack does 20 more damage for each energy attached to this Pokemon. Nope. I'll pass. Ooh, Kangaskhan. Another Kangaskhan. If your opponent's active Pokemon is an evolution Pokemon, this attack does 40 more. So it does 60. For 1 energy, this could be like a Sylveon killer? No, not really. It doesn't do enough, right? Another Eevee. Find a friend. Put a random Pokemon from your deck into your hand. Ooh, this is good. This might be better than Collect, actually. Would I have this over the Collect Eevee? Maybe. It depends on what you need from your deck. That's a pretty good Eevee, though. That's the top 2 EV for sure. Porygon 2. Whenever you attach an energy from your energy zone to this Pokemon, put a random card from your deck that evolves from this. Huh. It's kind of weird. Nah. For it. Flip a coin. Is this... Alright. So those were okay. Let's look at the next bit. There isn't too much new cards here. You'll just see like the shinies and stuff. So Noctowl. Flip a coin. If tails, its attack does nothing. If heads, during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage. We've been seeing a lot of this effect. And I don't think it's that great, especially because you're not doing that much damage, right? Imitate. Draw cards until you have the same number of cards in your hand as your opponent. Very niche. Very, very niche. If this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool attached, does 50 more. 70 attack for 2. It's kind of like the old Skarmory, right? Honestly, it's not that bad. That's okay, and it's colorless energy, so I could see you pairing this with Pichu, right? And you'd be able to do 70 off bat if you have it in equipment. Ursaring. Flip 2 coins, his attack does 20 more damage. Nope, 3 energy, way too much. Way too much. Smeargle. Ooh, change the type of a random energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon to one of the following. Oh, that's pretty funny. You have a troll card here. I don't know if it'd be that good because there is a lot of Pokemon that they have colorless energy anyways in their attack. Obviously some aren't like that where it needs to be a pure fire or pure water, but this is so, I don't think that would like work. I don't think you want to put that in your deck. And we have Lugia EX. If you don't know yet, it's gonna look crazy right now, but when I show you Ho-Oh, it'll make sense. So this uses 1 fire, 1 water, 1 electricity. It does 180 damage, and you discard everything off of it. So pretty much when I show you Ho-Oh, Ho-Oh's attack gives these 3 energy to whatever basic Pokemon. So that's, you can't use Lugia without Ho-Oh pretty much. Flip a coin until you get tails. It's, whoa. Oh, okay, it won't. This attack does 70 damage for each heads. Well, with Will, you get a guaranteed 70. 3 energy is a lot though. Here's some shiny Vaporeon. Sudden fly, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active is now paralyzed. Okay, I'll close this so you can look at the shinies. So we have shiny Vaporeon, Nidorina, Nidoran, Primeape. Ooh, I want shiny Magneton. Magneton's like, it's always gonna be kind of meta. The thing, my problem with the shiny cards is that like a lot of them are for cards that you don't use anymore, like the Nidoran. Like, do I really want a shiny Nidorina? No, I don't. But shiny Magneton and shiny Magnemite, I'm down. Oh, shiny Nidoking's kind of cool though. Too bad it's like a crappy card. Oh, the red Gyarados. Smagius, Lickitung, Licky. Pachirisu. Ooh, I want shiny Leafeon. I do love my Eevee box deck. Okay, what else we got here? Here are some more rares. Bellossom, flip 3 coins, his attack does 60 damage for each heads. This Pokemon is now confused. This could be a killer card, low key. Oh, Shuckle's interesting. So Shuckle is a basic, so you just put it straight onto the field. This Pokemon takes 20 less damage, and flip 3 coins, this attack does 20 damage for each head. So this could get an early KO. And I don't know if I would use it. Some people are actually saying it's pretty good. It's nice that you can just put it out there, right? And you don't have to worry about it, and it already has one energy. 120 is kind of squishy though. This rainbow border is really nice. Well, these cards are really nice, right? If this Pokemon has no damage on it, what's this say? I need to magnify this. If this Pokemon has no damage on it, this attack does 40 more damage. 80? It could seem alright. It's not too bad. This Cyndaquil is so nice. Take a fire energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. Well, what fire Pokemon would this be good with? And here's Ho-Oh, so yeah. So 3 colorless energy, and then you attach the fire, water, and electricity, thunder energy to any of your bench basics. So people have been kind of trying to cook something with this. You could put it on Arceus, you could put it on Snorlax, you could put it on Dragonite, but it have to be on the Dratini first. I don't think it's gonna be meta in ranked. It'll be a fun deck to use for sure, and it'll be interesting to see what kind of decks people make. Kingdra EX. 2 energy. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. 170 HP is good. 90 attack is kind of sad though. If you haven't seen this Gyarados, it's interesting because this is the first time a shiny Pokemon has a completely different moveset than the previous card that the shiny is based off of. So this one is you may discard any number of your benched water Pokemon. This attack does 40 damage for each bench Pokemon you discarded in this way. So this is pretty much, literally like the name says, Wild Swing. This is going to be like your final attempt to win the game because you literally have to get rid of all your Pokemon off the bench to do something. Even if you're using like Celestial, Elder, and Fishnet, I don't think this card's like that good. See the gold crowns. Here's the immersive Ho-Oh. Let's see, is there any other cards we haven't, abilities we haven't seen? No. Yeah, these full arts are beautiful in this set. Yeah, Smeargle gets a full art. I like how it has like, you know, it's just like an artist made it, very artsy. Ew, this Lugia immersive does not look nice. Okay, we have some new cards here, so let's magnify these. All right, so if you haven't seen the leaks, Elemental Switch is one of the cards that drew a lot of attention. So you may move a fire, water, or electricity energy from one of your bench Pokemon to your active Pokemon. So this is pretty much like Dawn, except it's an item, which means you could use this twice. You could use 2 in your hand, and you could even use Dawn. So you can move up to 3 energy in one turn if your hand is perfect. I'm definitely going to use this card with some decks. It'll be really good with Zeraora, with Baby Pichu, with Flareon, with the EV box deck. Like, I think this card's gonna be really, really good. I'm excited to use this one. And now with it, and Will is the card that a lot of people are excited for. I don't really use coin flip decks, but this is the one I've been talking about a lot during this video. The next time you flip any number of coins for the effect of an attack, ability, or trainer card, after using this card on this turn, the first coin flip will definitely be heads. So, if we're reading this correctly, you cannot use Misty or Team Rocket Grunt, but I'm just confused because it says you could use a trainer card, but which trainer card? I can't remember if there's any trainer card that's an item instead of a supporter that uses coin flips. But it would be pretty broken, I think, if the next turn you're able to get the heads, if you try using Misty or Team Rocket Grunt. But yeah, a lot of people have been talking about Will with cards like Executor and Xatu. People are going to be making so many different decks with this. I do see this being in ranked. I don't know if it'll do well in Master Ball yet, but it'll definitely be probably the most used deck for fun decks, right? So Rescue Scarf, this was also leaked. If the Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, put it into your hand instead of discard pile. I don't think this is that great. It's super niche. You don't save yourself from a KO, so it's okay. Dark Pendant, a Pokemon tool. If the dark Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, your opponent reveals a random card from their hand and shuffles it into their deck. This is great. I think this is pretty good. With a 20 deck size, I don't know if you have room to put this in, but this sounds like a very fun card to have in your deck. And with Dark being probably meta in the season, I can definitely see people putting this into their deck. Disruption is amazing, so I can see Dark being used with Crobat and Umbreon EX. Steel Apron, the Steel Pokemon this card is attached to takes 10 less damage from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon, recovers from all special conditions, and can't be affected by special conditions. So if Crobat EX ends up being extremely meta, which I think it will be, this could be a really, really good card if you're trying to run Steel. I think this is better than Leftovers on Solgaleo just because it can't be poisoned. I think Leftovers is better than this if you don't take in for a fact the poison, but I'm pretty sure poison's gonna be super meta, so this could be a really good card to have in your Steel deck. Here's Lyra, switch your active Pokemon that has damage on it with one of your bench Pokemon. Pretty niche. This will be good with things like the new Dragonite EX. I don't know if you have room for it in your deck otherwise. Silver, your opponent reveals their hand, choose a supporter card you find there and shuffle it into your opponent's deck. I think this card's really good. I don't know if there's space for it in your deck, but this would be great to use if you know that your opponent is one Cyrus away or one Lily away from winning the game. This is like a targeted disruption card. I'll definitely be like testing out some decks with Silver for sure. Fisher, flip 3 coins. For each head, a water Pokemon is chosen at random from your discard pile and put into your hand. So it's kind of like Fisher Net, but better, but also you're flipping coins, so I don't think it's that great. And I don't know if you could use it with Will. It was Jasmine. During your opponent's next turn, all of your Steelix and Skarmory EX take 50 less damage from your attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. So this is supposed to help Steelix and Skarmory. I don't know if this makes the meta, but it'll be a fun deck to try to use. Let's see. Squirt Bottle, discard a fire energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. It's so funny that they added this now. This would have been great if it was last season, so we could stop Stokesard. I don't know if Stokesard's gonna be still relevant during this next season. So I don't think this card's very good, but it's pretty funny and it's cute, right? And then, oh, there's Hiker, which we haven't looked at yet. For each of your fighting Pokemon in play, look at that many cards from the top of your deck and put them back in any order. That seems okay. It's pretty good if you're looking for a certain card, but so there's no card that helps you generate rock energy. Is there something from the past? I can't remember. But yeah, guys, that is the new cards. All the new cards are new sets. This is an amazing set. I think this season is going to be very fun. I'm excited to see the next mini set. We'll probably see cards that will come out that will make a lot of these cards better. That's usually what happens. But yeah, no, this is going to be a fun month. I'm excited. I'm excited that the meta is going to shift a bit. There's going to be a lot of cool deck creation with Will and the energy switch item. But yeah, let me know what you guys think will be. Which deck are you trying to test out? For me, definitely, because you know I'm a ranked gamer, I definitely want to try out what's going to work best for Crobat. And I'm also interested in Elemental Switch. Yeah, thank you guys for viewing that.